I am Mama, and we are live on Substack. The cafe is open. So pull up those comfy chairs or bean bags, grab yourself that warm, milky beverage or adult beverage if you prefer, or your diet soda, whichever. We're all inclusive here. And wrap yourself in that big snuggly blanket, and we shall begin. So, welcome to all the lovely mamacitas in the chat. Welcome to anybody who's coming back because you enjoyed it so much last time. And a special welcome to anybody who's new here. Come in, get comfy. You're among friends, but oh, we can be a bit salty. So, tonight we have a very full cafe. We have a World Health Roundup. We have the US primary results. We have the ongoing situation, well, the recent very sad situation in San Diego. We have the latest attempts to threaten our Greenlandic and Canadian friends. One of us may have something to say about that. And we have a very, very special segment we're calling the Trump Reimbursement Awards. So stay tuned for those. You will not want to miss them. And yeah, that's just the stuff that we started with. There is a list about this big of stuff that we didn't have time to add tonight. So we just picked some stuff that we felt we had a little bit of expertise or experience on that we could share with the whole class and just chew it around together and see how we're going. But it is Thursday at Mama's Midnight Cafe, so that means the transatlantic triangle is complete. We are all here tonight, so could you all please welcome our senior US correspondent Laura and our Canada bureau chief Summer. See, I don't know who's on which side in my
I don't know either. It's probably different on everybody's.
This and I can be right.
Yeah, I thought Laura was on this side and Summer was on this side, and then I watched it back and I was pointing the wrong way, so I'm just going to do you both at the same time.
Yeah, we'll just. Yeah,
oh, Ellen,
Hi,
you
Ellen.
chew and spit all you like in our company, my darling. This is a chew and spit friendly zone. Hey, MJ, you back, girl?
Hey,
Guy,
MJ.
girl. I'm pretty sure you're a girl, but guy, girl, whoever.
It doesn't matter.
So, shall we get started? Because we've got a lot to go through.
Let's do it. Quiet.
So, as you may or may not know, I am a retired NHS worker. So I have a little bit of experience being a COVID vaccinator on the whole virus things. And we've got one or two going around at the moment. So just to ease us in gently, I thought so, MJ. Thank you. Gordon's here. Yeah, great, good. Sorry, you would pay money to watch Summer arresting detain Trump's fat ass. Oh my God, wouldn't we all?
I'd contribute.
I would probably get a little bit jealous, to be honest. Not that she had to put her hands on him, though. Ooh, no, you can keep it. Yes, so let's do our quick World Health Roundup. Are you ready? Because we can't mess around today. We've got so much to cover. Okay, first of all, Ebola. The more serious, probably, of the two. Probably the slightly more cause for concern, but mostly there isn't any cause for concern for both of them. That's the headline news. So it's not COVID is the headline, the short version. So the Ebola outbreak, it's the Bundibugyo variant. It's been mostly identified in the Democratic Republic of Congo and neighboring Uganda. The figures we've got, which are correct as of the 19th of May, are 543 suspected cases, at least 131 deaths. Ebola is serious if you're unlucky enough to come into contact with it. And at the moment, it's affecting the Democratic Republic of Congo's Ituri province, and there have been cases isolated in Kinshasa, North Kivu, and Uganda's capital, Kampala. So that's where we know there are cases. On the 16th of May, the World Health Organization, Americans, you may remember that, you used to be involved, not so much nowadays, declared this outbreak a public health emergency of international concern. That is the highest level of alert short of a pandemic emergency. We're not there. There's no indication that we necessarily will get there, and we will tell you how not to. So the World Health Authority has explicitly stated this does not currently meet the criteria of a pandemic emergency. Does not. Okay. As I said, very badly, but the strain is Bundibugyo Ebola virus. And unlike the more familiar Zaire strain, which is probably what you've heard about if you've heard of Ebola before, there is currently no approved vaccine and no specific treatment for Bundibugyo. So the way that people are being treated at the moment is by early supportive care. It's all that's available at the moment. The case fatality historically for this strain range from 30 to 50%. It is very deadly if you're unfortunate enough to become infected. How does it spread, you're asking? I shall tell you. Fruit bats, bless them, are the suspected natural reservoir. It moves into humans through close contact with blood or bodily fluids of the infected animals, but then moves from person to person. And that is through direct contact with any bodily fluids, blood, secretions, organs, contaminated surfaces. It's a real nasty physical contact spreader. It's not airborne. Doesn't spread just, like bumping somebody into the line. You have to be in contact with infected bodily fluids. Transmission risk is therefore highest in healthcare settings, and especially if there aren't full infection control processes in place. And one of the worst culprits for spreading Ebola historically has been unsafe burial practices. So as you can see from that information, it's not something to be imminently scared about. But what are the risks to the UK, the US, and Canada? Okay, so the UK Health Security Agency has confirmed the risk to the UK public is currently low. The CDC, I'm saying nothing, has issued a level 3 travel health notice for the Democratic Republic of Congo and a level 1 for Uganda. No, zero, zip, nada, not a single one case has been reported in the US, in the UK, or in Canada. Okay? Not related to this outbreak. The bad news. So, as I mentioned, the bad news is that unlike some strains, there are no approved vaccines or therapeutics for Bundibugyo. But at least we can take comfort in the fact that the world's most comprehensive disease monitoring and early warning network, largely funded by USAID, is still fully operational and fun. Oh, no, wait. It's not.
Sorry. Yeah.
And that's why we're still a little bit in the dark. And these cases took a few weeks to even register because there's nobody there to report them.
It crossed borders before they even realized it.
Yeah. But at least there's no major global sporting event coming up in, say, like a few weeks' time, the kind that brings tens of thousands of people together from every corner of the world, all jumping on aeroplanes and then congregating in one place. Oh, no, wait.
That'd be here.
Here's what really sucks in Canada. I mean, everybody is filling the rafters for FIFA in Canada, and the US is like going to have crickets. So, and I don't mean cricket as in the sport. I mean crickets as in the little bug. So, yeah. I guess they don't have much to worry about, but
maybe
precautions. There are precautions, though, that we can all take. As I said, this is not COVID. It is not airborne. We can be careful and be safe. So, precaution number 1, I've got a list for you. Precaution number 1, and this is just my advice, this is not World Health Organization advice, so take it or leave it. Totally boycott all World Cup soccer matches being held in any country where they have a penis doctor and a raccoon mutilator in charge of public health. And I'm not being specific, any country that you were going to visit where they've got the penis doctor and the raccoon mutilator in charge, give it a swerve. There are options. Mexico.
Oh God.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
That, as I said, that's just
Oh
my
my God.
advice. You do with it what you will.
It's
There
good
is other,
advice, Mama. It's good
yeah,
advice.
thanks. Yeah, there is other more scientifically sound advice, although I think mine is pretty scientifically sound. Avoid non-essential travel to Ituri province in the Democratic Republic of Congo, Kampala in Uganda, and the immediate surrounding areas, including Rwanda. We haven't had any reported cases there yet, but there is fear that there may be cases in Rwanda already. Slow reporting, as I said, is the concern. The outbreak may be more widespread than has currently been reported. Make sure you maintain standard hand hygiene and avoid contact with anybody showing any kind of hemorrhagic fever symptoms. I don't know why you'd want to be cozying up to somebody with hemorrhagic fever symptoms, but if you were going to, maybe don't, because it could be bad. And if you are a healthcare worker, absolutely get that PPE and wrap it around you 6 times, because this is a nasty one. Alrighty, shall we move on to the hantavirus? Because one nasty virus doing the rounds just isn't enough. We're in Trump 2.0. We need 2. So, hantavirus, Andes variant from the MV Indias cruise ship. The figures, because we bring you the facts. 11 confirmed or suspected cases as of most recent reporting, 3 deaths, all identified from the MV Hondius, the Dutch flagged cruise vessel, which is now docked in Rotterdam in the Netherlands. And the former passengers who were on board have all been dispersed to their home countries and are isolating, despite one of the American, no offense, could have been anyone, just happened it was an American, one of the Americans asking if it would be all right for her to pop off to the weekend place to isolate there. Apparently, no, stay where you fucking are was the advice, which I'm actually pleased about, because I wasn't sure that the penis doctor had it in him, to be honest. So,
Well, he
what do I know? Yes, and as we know, the Andes, Laura, you're a bit echoey, the audience say, keep still. The Andes variant, as we know, is the only variant of hantavirus that is capable of spreading from human to human. That's why it is a little bit more of a concern than other variants, which are usually from infected rat feces and urine and all that good stuff. The original source of this outbreak was a Dutch couple who visited areas of Argentina, Chile, and Uruguay, and that is where the rodents are most commonly found. So they just got unlucky before boarding the ship. As I say, it is mainly contact through infected rodent products, but this variant, that Andes variant, is spread from person to person. It is airborne, but we do not have any evidence of pre-symptomatic transmission. So it does seem to be, in the cases that have been identified, people who are coughing and spluttering all over the goddamn place are the ones passing it on.
Okay.
So please, if somebody is coughing and spluttering all over the goddamn place, treat them like the hemorrhagic people as well. We just, if you don't need to be snuggling up to them, don't be snuggling up to them, and you'll be fine. The downside slightly with the Andes hantavirus is that it can have a very long incubation period, 4 to 42 days. And early symptoms can resemble flu, so fever, fatigue, muscle aches, headache, but it does progress rapidly to a severe respiratory distress. So yeah, if you've been in contact with anybody who has been diagnosed, then contact your healthcare provider. Where's Summer
What
gone?
happened?
I don't know. We'll invite her back because we need Summer here. Do you think she
We
pressed a
need Summer.
button? I'm always pressing buttons, so I'm not going to criticize anybody for pressing a button. Or maybe I was just boring her. I'm nearly done, guys. I'm nearly done. Stay with us. Yes, latest update. Good news. No new person-to-person transmission of the hantavirus has been recorded within the United States or the other affected countries. However, don't forget that incubation period. So we've just got to be a bit careful for a little bit longer. Stay vigilant. And as Tracy said, if you're sick, wear a fucking mask. She didn't say that.
Right.
I'm paraphrasing. The largest Andes virus on outbreak only involved 34 people and was stopped in exactly this way: isolation, contact tracing. So, CDC risk level 3. Risk to the general public in UK, US, and Canada, low, very low. So, just be sensible because you'll be all right. Alrighty. So that's me to kick us off with a little bit of healthcare news. Laura, just for a change, there been some shit happening in the US. Want to tell us?
Well, just a little bit of shit.
What have
I
you
gotta
been
turn this back up.
involved with lately?
Can everybody hear me okay? Am I echoing anything?
No, you're okay if we're quiet.
Okay. Well, so here in Alabama, we had our primary on Tuesday. So I go tripping down there, and
She's back.
she's back. So when I walked in, they have a table laid out, a couple of women sitting there with their little. I felt like I was almost like at the pearly gates. They got these big books with names in it. So handed her my license, and they checked my name off. Couldn't find me at first, found me. And then they ask you Democrat or Republican ballot, right? And I said Democrat. I think I actually had to tell her twice. I don't think she believed me the first time. And she looks down at her table, and there's this stack, right? There's this whole pad of Republican ballots laying next to her. And she looks, oh, well, I'll have to go find one of those. So she didn't even have any Democrat ballots on her table.
Remind us which state that is.
It's Alabama. As red can be, baby. And as racist, and yeah, it's not a good thing. I mean, folks are nice, I guess, enough, but I guess if you're white, they are.
Yeah.
But anyway, and I took Tracy, I took Mama with me in to vote. She wanted to see how voting happened. We can tell it now because they can't do a damn thing about it, right?
Yeah.
I had her on the phone on FaceTime, and then when I get in the building, the signal was not great, so I don't know how much she saw, but anyway, it was a paper ballot. Fill it out, and then so I'm from Georgia. We 20-something years in Georgia, and every time I voted there were booths with privacy, right? Not here. You walk up, there's this dude standing there, some redneck guy, I guess he was a poll worker. Who knows if he was? And told me, just feed it into the machine right there. And finally it took the ballot. And then I said, well, how do I know that my vote was counted? I don't get anything printed out to show me that, my vote has been counted. And he points at a number on the screen like it's supposed to mean something to me. So, I mean, who the hell knows if they counted it or not? And I felt like a sore thumb sitting there with all these people on tables and I just knew they were all filling out Republican ballots, but I did not try to hide mine or anything like that. I was like, fuck you. Just, you know. So that was voting, my experience for what that was worth. It felt like, a spit in the ocean
But you did it
here in
regardless.
Alabama.
So thank you for
But
that.
we do what we can do, and Doug Jones won. Here in Alabama, you can't, you have to vote either Democrat or Republican. You have to choose one or the other. You can't. And I think if I vote Democrat in the primaries, I have to vote that persuasion in the general election.
That's
I
insane.
think that I
It
read
is
that
insane.
somewhere.
That isn't free and
Right.
fair.
So,
That's neither
yeah,
free.
right. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Yeah, in the U.S. state voting, they are weird, Chris, for sure. So anyway, Doug Jones won the Democratic ticket for governor. So he will be running against who? I don't know. Here. Yes. I mean, there's a Alabama Democrats is an organization that's just grassroots trying to get more Democrat participation here, because really it feels like a lost cause when you're sitting in the belt of the buckle of the Southern Confederate states, honestly, is what it is. So it feels like a lost cause, but maybe not. So we'll see. And then,
Oh, that's useful. Chris is giving us
Laura.
some contextual information in the chat. And can I just say, Chris has got the most beautiful daughter, Katie, who does dancing, and she's just so wise for a little kid. I don't know how old she is, maybe around 10 or 11, but she's a very smart little kid. I have big respect for Chris's daughter, Katie. Long story.
Okay. I think I'm a paragraph behind somehow. Okay, we go to primaries otherwise. And man, I was so all in on Thomas Massey. And he was primaried by Trump. Trump put in, what's his name, Ed Galrin, to run against him. So Massey has had his seat in the 4th Congressional District since 2013. He's been solid since 2013.
Wow.
13 years. Was the only Republican in Congress to refrain from supporting Israel in the immediate aftermath of the October 7th, 2023 Hamas attack. He also voted against Trump's signature tax legislation. He pushed for the release of the Epstein files. I think that was his downfall. And he criticized the war in Iran. His opponent, Ed Galrin, is a former Navy SEAL endorsed by Trump, AIPAC, and two affiliated pro-Israel groups poured more than $15.8 million into the race. I think that was the most expensive primary ever, is what I remember hearing about it.
Wow.
In the final days of the campaign, a pro-Massey ad placed a rainbow Star of David next to a photo of Jewish Republican donor Paul Singer, drawing widespread condemnation. So,
and isn't that where
there's
Secretary of Dumbass Party Pete Kegsbreath, didn't he pop down there just to say, "Yay, go Ed"?
He went down there to rah 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 for Ed Galrin, like we're in the middle of this war with Iran, and our Secretary of Defense decides he's going to go on a campaign tour with Ed Galrin, like a day before the election or something. I can't remember what day that was, but it was very close to.
Yeah, it was the day before.
I don't think it was the day, but it was the day. Was it the day before? Yeah. So, yeah, and then Trump. I think Trump had just posted something like, "We're gonna blow your asses away" to Iran. He tweeted that out, and Iran's probably sitting back there going, yeah, and you send your Department of War to Kentucky, right? You're going to blow us away. And, you know,
So what
there'll be a
happened?
Lego. Huh?
What happened?
Well, long and short is Massey lost.
Oh,
He, he, he wasn't able to pull it off. It was Gowron had 55% of the vote. I think Massey, I remember, had 43%, something like that. And Massey warned, if the legislative branch always votes with the president, we do have a king.
yeah.
His
Amen.
supporters chanted 2028 and called for him to run for president. And then came the line, I would have come out. Oh, yeah. He said, Massey says, I would have come out sooner, but I had to call my opponent and concede. And it took a while to find Ed Gowron in Tel Aviv. I think he took some shit for that, too.
Oh, yes. And one person in particular, one right-wing face on all
Scott
the
Jennings.
news.
Oh, my God. Dude is melting down. He is not well. I mean, dude can't take a joke or anything else. Scott Jennings, meltdown one was earlier this month. Jennings was on CNN's Newsnight debating the Iran war with 23-year-old Midas Touch reporter Adam Mockler.
He's great.
If anybody saw this. And Mockler challenged him.
He's great, Adam.
What?
Adam's great. And
Mockler challenged him. Jennings snapped. I think he was pointing at him, maybe even, and he snaps, "Get your fucking hand out of my face!" On TV, on CNN, right? I mean, that you don't cuss on CNN. It's certainly not the F-bomb.
That's why I don't get invited on there. I think. I think
it probably is, and Glenn right, and Glenn Kirshner too, to be fair. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And Katie Fang, she's quite an F-bomb dropper.
She is.
So, but that was apparently really mortifying for that to have happened on CNN. CNN colleagues called for his firing over that, and Mockler posted, "Grown man on the verge of tears because he can't answer a question. We are Team Mockler." Love it. Meltdown 2 was, let's see. Oh, after the primary, yeah, it was the night of the primary. I think it was same Scott Jennings was back on CNN delivering his verdict on Massey's Tel Aviv line. He says, despicable, anti-Semitic, nasty gutter politics. There was an undercurrent of anti-Semitism in this race on the Massey side. Yeah, there's that. And trying to remember where let's see if there were any other really important. Basically, when it boils down to it, they're saying that it looks really bad that Trump's primary picks and Trump endorsed candidates have all swept the primaries for Republican side. But they were saying basically when you analyze it, essentially, you know, Trump's polling at 30-some%, right? And that's the MAGA drink the Kool-Aid folks, the diehard MAGAs that are holding that line, and that's who turns out to vote for these these primaries.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's that 35% running out to vote, right? It's not the moderates. It's not, and I think there's a shitload of Republicans that are fed up. They can't bring themselves to vote Democrat, and so they're just going to stay home, right?
Yeah.
And
no.
I think the more radical candidates we get, the easier it's going to be for the Democrats
absolutely
to sweep them.
I agree.
Pile, baby.
I agree entirely. Thank you, Laura. I really don't think this is the W that they maybe think it is. We shall see.
Right.
Half of it.
Yeah. Did I get it? Which way is the right way round? That way?
Honestly.
Yep.
Anyway, thank you very much. Yes, so the primaries have been all over the news this week, and I think primaries did what primaries do, and we just move on and ignore them. So, my next
You know,
topic.
he by I'm sorry. I just wanted to say Trump, by doing that, demonstrates that he cares nothing about his party. Um, and it's all about Trump and his revenge tour.
Absolutely.
Bottom line.
Could not have put it better. No, absolutely. So, I'm going to mention because it matters to me. I know it's not a big deal, but coming from the UK, it's always extremely shocking for us when anything like San Diego happens. And we're all like, oh, how can you let this happen again? But I hear apparently it's kind of oh, it must have been a Wednesday or a Tuesday or a Monday or whatever day it was thing. It's just shocking. Anyway, a brief recap on San Diego, what we know. We're not going to dwell on it because they don't deserve the airtime, but there are some people who were involved who I think really do deserve a mention. So, the facts. It happened at the Islamic Center of San Diego on the 18th of May. It's the largest mosque in San Diego County and it's located in the Claremont neighborhood. It has 5 prayer services a day and operates a school. So on Monday, the 18th of May, at approximately 9:42 a.m., the San Francisco Police Department received a call from the mother of one of the perpetrators, reporting that her son was missing, potentially suicidal, and had several firearms because, of course, he did. Her vehicle was also missing. So he's not only armed to the teeth, he's mobile and on a death wish, basically. Not a good recipe. But you know, at least you reported him, Mum. I mean, that's all I've got to say in her favor because how could he get access to the guns? Anyway, that's opinion. I'm just giving you facts. I've been through this in my previous. So if you want the facts as they happened on the day, check out Monday's episode. But 11:43, the first reports of an active shooter came. Officers were there within 4 minutes and they found 3 deceased males outside the building, unfortunately. And we have the names of those brave gentlemen, and I would like to share those with you, if I may. There was Amin Abdullah. He was 51 years old and he was a security guard. There was Mansour Kaziha. He was 78 years old. He was a community member and he managed the mosque store for nearly 40 years. And there was Nada Awad. He was a community member who lived just across the street. And there are 3 families who are grieving today. And I have no words. I would like to echo San Francisco Police Department Chief Scott Wall, who described their actions as heroic. Security guard Amin Abdullah engaged the suspects immediately, initiated a lockdown, and continued to resist. Chief Wall stated his actions, quote, delayed, distracted, and ultimately deterred these individuals from gaining access to the greater areas of the mosque, where as many as 140 children were within 15 feet of those suspects. Mansour, Kaziha, and Awad drew the shooter's attention away from the building and into the parking lot. I do have information about the suspects. I'm just going to say they were teenagers and they've got issues and now they're dead. That's it. I don't want to speak about them anymore. I'm sorry. Look them up if you want to know more. One of them ended both their lives. There were no officer involved. Shots fired. So the San Francisco Police Department is investigating it as a hate crime, and the FBI are involved because of the links to terrorism. They did find a manifesto containing racial and religious ideology. And over 30 firearms and a crossbow were seized when they raided these kids' houses.
Jeez.
The firearms belonged to the parents of one of them, because of course they did. So, how have our esteemed leaders and loud voices reacted? Well, when Trump was asked, he described it as, quote, a terrible situation. Wow.
He's a man of wisdom in few words, isn't he?
Isn't he
What
just?
an idiot.
No, but when he says fewer words, it's wiser.
That's true.
That's exactly right. And he rarely does.
May I share what the fragrant Laura Loomer, not Loomer, the
Thank
actual Loomer, had to say on the subject? May I? May I? You're not going to like it.
Please.
She described in
piss me off.
reporting, she posted a series of statements on social media, because that's how we do political discourse these days, questioning the legitimacy of the shooting, falsely claiming the mosque attendants, quote, want us all to be killed anyway, and called for the Islamic Center to be raided by ICE and the FBI, and all American Muslims to be deported. The woman has no debts low enough that she wouldn't sink to them.
Can I have a green light? Do I hear a green light?
Yeah, go for it.
No, red light.
Okay.
No, red light.
Nearly.
I love you. I love you all more than I could ever hate her.
I know.
I'm on the fence, but you're a better person than I am.
It's a strong pull.
Talking of better people, if you would like to know a little bit more about the beautiful humans who died protecting others, and if you can cope with it, because I struggled, if you want to see first-hand account from the traumatized children involved, I would wholeheartedly recommend the Joy Reid show from yesterday. It is heartbreaking, but really important. And when this recording goes up of this live, I will put a link to Joy's YouTube channel so that you can go there and you can watch it. It moved me really, really deeply. Anyway, enough of the sadness and the trauma. Summer, what's been happening in the rest of the world?
So I get to follow that.
I'm sorry.
Okay, I have a little bit to get through, so I'm going to be putting my head down and getting through it with y'all. So this week, in quote, things I did not have on my geopolitical bingo card, but probably should have. We have the United States picking a fight with Canada over Arctic defense cooperation, while also trying to charm Greenland with hats, cookies, and the diplomatic subtlety of a raccoon in a hardware store. And I say that with deep love for raccoons. At least raccoons usually know when they are trespassing. So, let's start with Canada, because I am Canadian. And because apparently we are now living in a world where one of America's oldest defense partnerships can be put on pause like a Netflix subscription. This week, the Pentagon announced, and I would do the do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, but I'm not very good at it, that the United States is pausing its participation in the permanent joint board on defense with Canada. That board was created in 1940 under the Ogdensburg Agreement during the Second World War. It is not some little committee somebody invented last Tuesday because there were too many muffins in a boardroom. This is one of the foundational pieces of Canada-U.S. defense cooperation. It helped shape the architecture that later supported NORAD and the shared defense of North America.
And can I just briefly big up NORAD for anyone who wants to know how far away Father Christmas is? That's the place to find it. NORAD do a Santa
That's the
tracker
place,
and it is
right?
fucking awesome. And I tune into it every fucking year because I need to know. Because I need to get my kids to bed and say, look, Santa's just in Ireland. You're in trouble. Oh, no, the other way. France. He's in France. If he's in Ireland, we're all in trouble.
So, let's be real. When the United States says we are pausing this, that is not just bureaucratic housekeeping. I mean, even Trump isn't that dumb. That is the message. Elbridge Colby, the Pentagon's Under-Secretary of Defense for Policy, and I emphasize under, said the pause was because Canada has failed to make credible progress on defense commitments. And look, as a Canadian, I'm not going to pretend we do not have serious defense spending problems. We have, and we do. We are fixing them. We have procurement problems. We have modernization problems. We have Arctic capacity problems. We have the kind of procurement system where by the time we buy a thing, that thing likely has grandchildren. Okay. Canada has work to do. But we are doing it, and we're doing it faster and more than we have in my lifetime.
Yep.
Here is where the irony starts wearing a parka and waving both arms. The United States is saying Arctic security is urgent. It's saying Greenland matters because the Arctic matters. It is saying North American defense has to be taken seriously. And then at the same time, it pauses a defense cooperation body with Canada, the country with the longest Arctic coastline in the world, the country sitting right beside Greenland, and the country that has been America's closest defense partner on this continent for generations. It is like saying we are very concerned about kitchen fires and then unplugging the smoke detector because your roommate has not bought a new toaster quickly enough.
Right?
Now, the U.S. criticism of Canada's defense spending is not new. NATO allies have been under pressure to spend more, and Canada has been criticized for not meeting targets. That is real. But the diplomacy is not just about whether you have a point. It's about whether your method makes the problem better or worse. Pausing an 86-year-old defense forum while the Arctic is becoming more strategically important does not look like strengthening North American security. It looks like taking a family argument and holding it in the driveway during a snowstorm. Which brings us to Prime Minister Mark Carney's Davos speech. In January, Carney spoke at the World Economic Forum and said middle powers need to work together in a world where hard power like war, and great power rivalry are rising. Whether you love Davos, hate Davos, or hear Davos and immediately picture billionaires discussing inequality over tiny decorative salads, the point Carney was making was pretty straightforward. Countries that are not superpowers need to act together or they risk being acted upon. And honestly, if the last few months have taught Canada anything, it is that acted upon is no longer a theory. We have had tariffs. We have had repeated 51-state rhetoric. We've had pressure on allies. We have had the U.S. administration treating long-standing relationships less like partnerships and more like subscription services. Quote, your ally benefits may be interrupted unless payment is received. Only this, they have like brass knuckles and a Louisville slugger while they're trying to collect fees that didn't exist before. And now Greenland is getting the same treatment.
Oh, God, yes.
With more cookies. And when I say cookies, I'm not talking about testing here.
Unbelievable. So, tell us.
Let's go to Greenland. Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry was appointed by President Trump as special envoy to Greenland. He arrived in Nuuk this week to attend the Future Greenland Business Conference. The rest are going to be some reported details and the details that matter, because there's a big difference between being invited to a diplomatic conversation and showing up because technically the doors weren't locked. Every Canadian knows this distinction. It is the difference between being invited to Thanksgiving dinner or showing up on somebody's doorstep with a casserole saying, well, your lights were on. For the convoy, the reception was not exactly warm. It's reported that Greenland's leaders have been very clear. Greenland is not for sale. Greenlandic self-determination is not up for negotiation. And that should be the end of that sentence.
Yeah.
Not Greenland is not for sale, but maybe if we bring hats. Not Greenland is not for sale, but perhaps a cookie-based annexation strategy might work. Not Greenland is not for sale unless someone arrives with a mansion and a snack table. The answer is no. I have to say, as a Canadian, I deeply appreciate Greenland's Prime Minister, Jean Frederick Nielsen, responding to the reported cookie offer with the kind of calm, devastating clarity that should be printed on diplomatic stationery across the world. Quote, "We have our red lines, and no matter how many cookies we get, we are not going to change them."
I love that.
That is a sentence with a spine, and I think Canadians understand that sentence in our bones.
Amen.
Because sovereignty is not a bake sale. You do not get to walk into another person's country, point at the map and say, "We like this part, how many cookies?" You do not get to call it friendship when another person has already said, "Please stop talking about buying my house." And you definitely don't get to frame it as security while ignoring the human beings who live there. That is the part that matters most. Greenland is not just a strategic location. It is not just minerals. It is not just Arctic access. It is not just a military chess square with snow on it. It is home. There are people here. Families, communities, languages, history, trauma, self-government, future plans, children who do not exist to be props in someone else's photo opportunity.
Oh, that was embarrassing.
And this is where the Canadian perspective matters. Because we know what it looks like when powerful countries talk about land as if the people are a minor inconvenience. Canada has its own painful history with that. We do not get to pretend otherwise. Indigenous peoples here know exactly what happens when governments, corporations, and empires look at the land first and people second. We should be very careful, very humble, and very clear when we see that pattern happening elsewhere.
Hear, hear.
Here's some more. Greenland's health minister also criticized the presence of an American doctor connected to the visit, warning against treating Greenlanders as experimental subjects and stressing that healthcare development must respect Greenlandic self-determination. That matters because Greenland has its own history of colonial harm, including medical abuses under Danish rule. So when outside powers arrive with help that was not asked for, Greenlanders are not being oversensitive. They are reading history correctly.
Yes, they are.
And when that is the part of the story that is bigger than Jeff Landry, bigger than Trump, bigger than one awkward visit. The Arctic is changing. Climate change is opening routes, exposing resources, and increasing military interest. Russia is active in the Arctic. China has strategic interests. The United States wants greater access and influence. Denmark is trying to manage its relationship with Greenland and NATO and its NATO obligations. Canada is trying to defend a vast northern region while also modernizing slowly enough to make a glacier look impatient. So yes, Arctic security is real, but security cannot become the magic word that makes sovereignty disappear. Security cannot mean powerful countries get to pressure smaller nations into arrangements they do not want. Security cannot mean allies are bullied, neighbors are threatened, and Indigenous or Arctic peoples are treated like background scenery in a great power drama. Because if your version of security requires ignoring the people who live there, that is not security. That is control wearing a nicer coat. Canadians should be paying attention for two reasons. First, because Greenland's sovereignty matters on its own. Full stop. We do not defend Greenland only because it affects Canada. We defend the principles because they're right. Second, because the same logic that pressures Greenland will pressure us. When a superpower starts talking about allies as assets, territory as opportunity, and cooperation as leverage, Canada should not assume we are exempt because we are polite and brought the butter tarts. We are not exempt. We are useful. We are geographically important. We have Arctic assets. We have water. We have minerals. We have energy. We have ports. We have trade corridors. We have a border that is both a friendship and now a vulnerability. And now that means Canada needs to grow up strategically without losing who we are morally. We do not need stronger. We do. We do. We do need stronger defense capacity. We need better Arctic infrastructure. We do need serious procurement reform. We need to support our northern communities, not just talk about the North from Ottawa like it is a weather-themed screensaver. But we also need to understand that sovereignty is not just military hardware. Sovereignty is people. It is law. It is trust. It is alliances. It is diplomacy. It is credibility. Credibility, imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
It is showing up for partners before the crisis, not just sending a delegation after someone notices that you have minerals.
Summer.
I know. Well, I'm very sorry. I'm mad. And this is where Canada should be very clear. We can disagree with the United States but without being anti-American. We can say, yes, we can say Canada must invest more in defense without accepting bullying. Yeah. We can say Greenland deserves self-determination without pretending Arctic security is simple. We can say allies should pull their weight without turning cooperation into a hostage note.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can say with our whole Canadian chest that cookies are not a foreign policy doctrine. They're a snack, a lovely snack, a meaningful snack in the right context. I personally respect a chocolate chip cookie, it's me. But your diplomatic strategy if it can be defeated by a grade 6 civics class and a bakery menu, it may need revision.
Yeah.
So the serious point is this: Greenland leaders are showing the world what sovereignty sounds like when it is spoken plainly. Canada should listen, the United States should listen, everyone should listen. Because in this moment, the Arctic is not just a region of ice and shipping lanes and military calculations, it is a test.
Yeah.
A test of whether powerful countries still respect smaller peoples, a test whether alliances are partnerships or pressure campaigns, a test of whether security can be built without humiliation, and a test of whether the rest of us will recognize the difference between friendship and possession. Greenland has drawn its red lines, and Canada needs to know where ours are too.
Yeah.
If anyone is confused, I suggest we put it in very simple language. Good neighbors do not try to buy your house. Good allies do not pause the smoke detector during a fire risk assessment. And no country, not Greenland, not Canada, not anyone, should ever have to explain that its sovereignty is not available in exchange for hats, cookies, or a very confident man with no confirmed meeting on the calendar. That is not diplomacy. That is a field trip with entitlement issues.
Amen, sister.
I turn it over to you, ladies.
Wow. I don't really know how to follow that. Laura, any comment?
Yeah, that's a tough one. How about maybe lighten up the mood a little bit? Greenland said no. In Canadian terms, that means no. In diplomatic terms, that means no. In cookie terms, it's still a no.
Yes, exactly. Like, I think it might have been Gordon who was saying in the chat, it was Chris saying in the chat, it's the rape culture. We don't care what you say.
Yeah.
We're coming in anyway. And it's got to stop.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And,
Chris.
I'd like to speak to the Arctic.
Chris summed it up beautifully. US has a problem understanding consent.
Right. Right. Exactly right, Chris.
My 12-year-old understands consent. I mean, granted, he uses it against me when I try and cuddle him, and he's like, I did not consent. I'm like, you don't understand how that works. But apparently, I've got to respect his boundaries.
Oh my God.
So yes, no, I'm not messing about. Chris puts in the chat, we teach consent in our house, as do we. And you're absolutely right. It's just really infuriating when they use it against you. But it's great because then I have to say, you're right. And I respect that. And it doesn't matter who I am. And it doesn't matter how much I need a cuddle. If you don't consent, I don't get one. I'll go and grab the cat instead.
And it reinforces that
consent.
to him to say that stronger. Okay.
Anyway.
Where are we, girls?
I would like to lighten the mood, and we would like this to be audience participation. So we're going to start off. Now, I was going to tell you all about this settlement fund shit, but you all know all about it. There's been nothing else on the telly for the last 2 days. So I'm not going to insult you. You know that basically Trump has negotiated with himself a fund of $1.776 billion, because of course it is. And no Glenn tonight. Yes, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Amy, for your earlier comment. You can stay here all freaking night, folks, and we're going to make sure you do. We're just literally not letting anybody log out. That's all. We're not going to make it interesting or anything. We're just going to sabotage your computers. So you've got to stay there and you've got to keep watching. So I'm so
We're
sorry.
taking names.
I'm so sorry,
Great
Neuro.
ideas.
Yes, Solly,
Does
I'm sorry.
this mean I get to do the long version, Mama?
Yeah, absolutely. And just to Neuro's point, Sol very much makes it very clear. I do have the scars to prove it, and I've only got myself to blame. Oh, yeah. See you later, Chris. Thanks for joining. Yes. So let's have a little bit of a look.
Fuck Trump. Agree, Laura.
Yeah. So this settlement,
like that girl.
It's basically an out-of-court settlement for his internal revenue, his internal revenue system, or whatever you call it there in the US, leaking his tax information.
That's why they call it Internal Revenue Service. At least he thinks that's why they call it Revenue Service. It's his revenue that he can go to and just drain any old time he wants to.
Certainly does appear to be the case. So, via his dear sweet appointed AG, who I think is now commonly referred to in the chat as Fuck Blanche, used to be Todd Blanche, but now has been renamed by Rebecca, Fuck Blanche. And I'm happy with that. I've got time for that all day.
Works for me.
Yeah. So Fuck Blanche has is going to have complete influence over the 5-person panel who decide who gets this and who doesn't get this. But don't worry, because on one of the people, he will consult with Congress. But guess who gets to sack anyone he doesn't like? Anybody? Can you guess? Can anybody guess? Have a guess.
I'm going to guess Trump.
You think it's Trump? What about you, Summer? Any guesses?
I'm going to guess Trump.
Yeah. Do you want to hear something even worse?
Anybody?
No, I don't.
Have you all heard when this fund closes?
Yeah, at the end of 2028, when he leaves.
It's coincidence. It's coincidence. Correlation does not mean causation, Laura. It's pure coincidence that it's literally as he's walking out the door, he's closing it behind him.
You're optimistic.
Mama, I was born, but it wasn't yesterday.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
And I was born in the dark, but it wasn't yesterday.
Anyway.
Yes, it is, Rebecca.
I have to throw out more kudos to the fantastically fabulous Joy Reid, because she had me howling last night in a good way. Not like that, not being rude. It was so freaking funny. And that's pretty phenomenal because she does tackle things in quite a no apologies kind of way. And as I say, the bit about San Diego was not fun at all. But on the Joy Reid show, which we're going to link, as I say, her team have been giving a lot of thought to this fund. And Laura and I started riffing off of joy as to who should apply for this money. And then we approached Summer, who had to take it one step further. And we have come up with the Trump Reimbursement Awards. So while Summer is going through all the people who are likely to be standing with their hand out and why they think they deserve for it, please put in the comments who you think should apply for the Trump Reimbursement
And be creative,
Awards.
as creative as you can.
We got a whole list, and we're going to put all this in a link with the video when it goes up on Substack. So Summer, take us away.
All right. Are you all with me? I want to hear a yes in the chat, or I want to read a yes. Actually, I can't hear the chat. If I could hear the chat, we would have bigger problems.
Yes!
You got to worry about her, Mama.
All right. Is there anyone saying yes?
Yes!
Not yet.
All right.
Yes, we got a yes for Tracy.
My nominee
And Rebecca, and good Pam, and Pamela.
Okay,
Sorry.
we got yeses.
All right, awesome. I love the energy. Okay, I got people listening, and I just want you to understand that it hurts me to even say these names out loud. So just stick with me, okay?
We feel your pain.
It really hurts me. Rudy Giuliani, the Four Seasons Landscaping Trauma Grant. A man books a press conference between a crematorium and an adult bookstore, and suddenly the whole country acts like he did something weird. Give him $12 million for emotional distress caused by map apps, landscaping, and the concept of venue confirmation. Okay, next, Steve Bannon. The I Was Just Borrowing the Wall Money Fellowship. Steve Bannon should get a check mailed marked for patriotic beard maintenance and maritime misunderstanding. Because apparently when donors said build the wall, he heard build a lifestyle.
Right.
Peter Navarro, the executive privilege punch card. Peter Navarro went to prison for contempt of Congress and came out acting like he had completed a spa retreat for constitutional martyrs. He should receive 1 free punch card, ignore 5 subpoenas, and get the 6 insurrection adjacent.
This is what we do when we're not doing this. This is our actual lives, people.
This is kind of how we talk to each other every day.
And get a pardon to boot.
Yeah.
I apologize in advance if my humor is offensive, but I can't stand even saying these names, so the only way I can do it is this way.
Keep going, baby.
Michael Flynn, the forgot I talked to Russia reimbursement plan. Michael Flynn can apply under the category things I forgot, things I remembered differently, and things I later sold as merch.
Right.
His payout should come in commemorative coins that say, "Pardon me, I'm networking."
Right.
All right, Roger Stone, the Nixon Tattoo Pain and Suffering Fund.
Here.
Sorry, I'm losing my screen. My screen's going on screensaver. The next thing is I get kicked out. Roger Stone deserved compensation for being forced to endure the indignity of consequences while dressed like a villain in a yacht club murder mystery. His claim form should just be a photo of his back tattoo and the words, "You people knew what this was."
Mm-hmm.
Paul Manafort.
Oh, yeah.
The ostrich jacket depreciation credit card. Paul Manafort's application should include receipts for every ostrich skin jacket, antique rug, and emotional injury caused by accounts asking for follow-up questions. He didn't launder money. He dry cleaned democracy.
Good one.
Sidney Powell.
I love Sidney Powell.
I remember the rage I had with Sidney Powell. The Kraken Habitat Restoration Fund. Sidney Powell should get a conservation grant because she released the Kraken, and nobody has seen the poor thing since. Right. Somewhere out there, a mythical sea beast is still wandering a courthouse hallway, holding a flash drive and asking for standing. Sorry, I had to.
Good one.
Jenna Ellis.
Wait. You mean Jenna Ellis?
I might mean that.
Very nicely done, Mama.
Thank you. I'm here all week.
Very nicely done. Well,
the Crying on Camera Legal Education Scholarship. Jenna Ellis can apply for a grant called "When You Find Out the Group Project Was a RICO Case," Her reimbursement category is tuition assistance for learning that television law and courtroom law are not the same major.
Sorry.
Yes. So Kenneth Chesborough, oh God. The alternate elector Etsy starter kit.
Nice.
That is what this one's called. Kenneth Chesborough should receive seed money for a small business selling alternate certificates, backup democracy, and just in case constitutions. Every package comes with parchment, a seal, a white lawyer whispering, technically don't. All right, let's move on. John Eastman, the coup memo formatting grant. John Eastman should be reimbursed for printer ink, not because the memo was good, because apparently it took several drafts to make maybe the vice president cannot just count the votes look like a legal theory instead of a group chat dare. All right, Mark Meadows, the Find Me Votes frequent caller program. Mark Meadows deserves a telecom credit for all of the time he spent on calls where democracy was treated like a customer service dispute. Press 1 if you would like to find votes. Press 2 if your coup is experiencing technical difficulties. Right.
Good one.
I'm on all night. I got more on my list. Am I good to go?
Yeah, go.
Go, girl.
Should I keep going, people?
I wouldn't even try stopping you.
Oh, yeah.
Say.
They're
All right.
into
I
it.
got a LOL, so I hope that was.
Oh, Neuro, we're going to miss you.
All right, Jeffrey Clark, the draft letter that could have ended a Republic grant. Jeffrey Clark's application should be written entirely in draft form because apparently that's where he does his most ambitious work. The fund can reimburse him for stationary hubris and the cost of learning that, quote, acting attorney general in my imagination is not a federal office.
Oh, disappointing.
Yeah. But, he deserves a grant for the disappointment.
Hell yeah.
I mean, come on. 1.7 something billion, you would think he should get something.
Come on, you've got some of my favorites that you're holding
All
back.
right.
Yeah.
This was a predictive analysis. I submitted this to Mama before this happened.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Mike Lindell, the pillow-based cybersecurity initiative.
And the crowd goes wild.
Pillow-based. Mike Lindell should get $400 million to build the world's first election audit conducted entirely by betting. Every ballot will be placed between 2 premium pillows and examined by a man who has not slept since 2020.
Good one.
All right, Tina Peters.
Boo.
All right, the
What
county
happened
clerk.
to...
You know what?
Oh, sorry.
That's it.
Sorry, I needed a little bit. I had to wet my whistle or I wasn't going to be
Oh, we
able
lost our British mama there for a minute.
Sorry, I got all excited.
All right. Tina Peters, the County Clerk USB Stick Memorial Fund. Peters can apply under local government arts and crafts because nothing says public trust like treating election equipment like a scrapbook project with felony exposure.
Right.
All right.
She is a piece of work.
Didn't she?
I had a different name with. I didn't think work was where you were going with that, but okay. We'll go with work tonight. It's PG tonight, people.
I held back.
You did, and that's unusual, and I give you great credit for that. But that doesn't mean you get a green light later.
You're so damn cute.
All right.
What's the boo-boo?
The fake electors, the Electoral College. The Electoral College Drama Club stipend.
Yes.
The fake electors deserve matching blazers and travel per diem. They weren't trying to overturn an election. They were doing immersive theater for people who think civics is optional if you bring your own certificate.
There you go.
Right.
So simple.
We're moving along. January 6th rioter with lectern.
Oh, yeah. Give him something.
Yeah.
We have to. So I got a little bit creative. The Congressional Furniture Relocation Bonus.
That thing was heavy.
Of course it was. He probably got a back problem.
He even brought all those people to help him move it, for goodness sakes. And you know how expensive that is?
That's what they were doing there.
They don't be working for free.
They were just moving furniture.
This guy should apply for a moving allowance. He saw a lectern and thought, finally, infrastructure week. Had to. The scandal wasn't theft. It was unauthorized office redesign with a strong commitment to open concept government.
Exactly.
Misunderstood if ever I've seen.
Who wouldn't know that?
All right. The QAnon.
Oh, good, Laura. Thank you.
The Horned Hat Cultural Appropriation Settlement.
You've got to love the QAnon shaman.
That idiot. Oh, my God.
My goodness. Okay. The QAnon shaman can request wardrobe damages, not legal damages, wardrobe damages, because once your court sketch includes horns, face paint, and a spear, you have crossed from criminal defendant to rejected Marvel villain.
Agree. Yep. Agree.
Okay. Everyone agrees to that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't even want to say this next name out loud, but
no, I don't blame you.
This actually hurts me in my soul.
Just don't say it 3 times, okay?
Everybody close your ears.
You're not allowed to say jokes while I'm taking a drink there, Laura. Almost spit it all over you, ladies. All right. George Santos.
Sorry.
Don't say it.
Okay. The resume reconstruction grant.
Nice. Nice.
It took me a while. George Santos isn't exactly Trump inner circle, but spiritually, he belongs in the gift shop. I mean,
The grift shop?
The grift shop is right.
Yes.
He belongs in the grift shop. That's so right.
Right.
He should apply for money as a former astronaut, volleyball champion, Wall Street legend, Broadway understudy, and the inventor of Canada. And if he's the inventor of Canada, he can just give it to Trump, and that's how he'll get the scholarship. So, anyway.
And I think he was a supermodel too.
Yeah.
All right. These names are getting harder and harder for me to say. You people have to understand this, okay?
Be strong. Be
Oh my
strong.
God. We're almost there, guys. Almost.
All right.
Damn it.
All right. Speaking of sex offender kind of people. Not that this person is at all, but Matt Gaetz, the Venmo Privacy Restoration Fund. Matt Gaetz should request compensation for the emotional trauma of people learning that payment apps leave records. His grant category, Young Republican Financial Literacy, make it subpoena friendly. And he's going to cry at the end of that because,
Because of course he is.
Tell me there's no more. Please tell me there's no more.
Oh, there's one more, baby.
Oh,
I'm
no.
very sorry. I apologize to all of you all because I have to do this, and I have to do it because we all know it's effing true. Donald Trump himself. The I Can't Receive the Money Directly Foundation.
If I can't swear on this podcast, you can't either.
I didn't.
You use bad language. I heard it.
I didn't. I edited it. There was a G missing on the end, and there was a U and a C and a K all in the middle that I did not say. Most of it I left out. Most of it I just left out. I edited myself quite well. In fact, I broke no rules.
You said the D word and the T word out loud.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you got me there. You got me there.
Yeah, he did.
I owe you something. I owe you something.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Trump reportedly can't receive the fund money directly, which is devastating because the man has never met a pot of money he didn't believe was calling him sir.
Right.
So instead, he'll create a commemorative invoice, consulting fee 1.776 billion, services rendered, being treated very unfairly on television will be the rationale. So
sounds reasonable.
Yeah, I like it. Well,
I'm done with that, and I'm sorry I had to say all the dirty words out loud. I apologize to everyone. I'm usually not the one to say those words on here. I'm not really fond of, those types of words. But I had to say all of them.
as you can see, Summer is the cerebral, easy for me to say, the cerebral one of the group who thinks, who might apply? Why might they apply? How can I make this less traumatic? Whereas Laura and I just went full on, right, these are the people we want to give it. Now we are going to whiz through them one at a time, taking turns. And if you think of any names that should get some of that money in real life, in actual reality, put them in the chat. So Thomas Massey's my first.
Bill Cassidy.
All Republicans primaried in Virginia and Carolina.
Boom. Stephen Colbert.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Hell yes. This is mine, my original. MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Give that girl a cookie.
Give her a cookie and $1 million because, yeah, she was done wrong.
Mm-hmm. Pam Bondi.
Oh,
She was kind of done wrong too.
Krusty Gnome.
Yeah, she was done wrong too. As much as we hate them, they were weaponized by their own government. Agreed?
yeah.
Yeah, they're eligible. Okay, let's see where we at.
Oh,
While we're talking the women, I say every single American woman affected by the Dobbs decision.
Hell to the yes.
Get your money,
Now you're
girls.
talking
Boom.
language. You
Yeah,
can put all the expletives around that one.
right? And here's another one of mine. 60 Minutes.
Every
show.
single one of them. Every
show.
single one of them should get what? 10 million.
And every 60 Minutes viewer.
Yes. Yes. Hell to the yes, girl.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Oh, every family with a soldier buried in Arlington since they planted Ashley Babbitt's body and desecrated Arlington.
They did not.
They
I
did
went
plant
to
her there.
Arlington.
Huh?
Have you been to Arlington?
I have not been, but
I went to pay my respects in Arlington before any of this happened. Before Trump was, because you crossing the border now, not very smart to do. But years ago, I took my kids to Washington D.C. and we went to Arlington, and it was absolutely breathtaking. The weight that I felt in my soul, in my heart, and in my chest, and
Yeah,
I just don't understand. I don't understand this. So
yeah. And we're gonna have a fucking arch in the way apparently before it's over, blocking Arlington.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I paid my respects to your dad too, Rebecca B. I promise you that I did.
Yeah.
I didn't need to know all of the names, but they had my deepest respect. And quite frankly, my kids were fairly young at the time. And I'll tell you, I've never seen them more somber or quiet in their young lives. So I appreciate your father's sacrifice.
And not to mention, they awarded Ashley Babbitt's family $5 million in restitution.
Right, stop now. You're spoiling my fun.
Pissing me off. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, next, you go. Next.
Metro Police, even if they weren't there on January the 6th.
Yep.
You can all have some.
Yep. Renee and Alex's families, extended families, cousins twice removed, motherfucker.
Yes, give them all some money.
Every single one of them. How
Every
many
last
dollars was it?
Hmm?
Divide it by the two families, and then we're good. We're all done.
Yeah. Can I
Yeah,
just say,
right.
I want some because of this administration, I was forced to watch those assassinations to see what the actual truth was when they were telling us a pack of lies.
Every American that had to watch those videos that was actually affected by them, that would be probably every Democrat, hopefully some Republicans.
Sign up.
Yeah, hell yeah. Fill out your form.
I've got a good one.
Yep.
Bill and Hillary.
Hell yeah, girl. I got one.
To be tortured despite Hillary not being anywhere in the Epstein files. Give that girl some cash.
Give her some money.
Here's the other reason. Forget Bill and Hillary as the reason. They got enough money, right? It's not about that. It's about driving every single MAGA nuts.
Oh my God, yes. Yes, it would.
Money gets spent.
Let's give her double money for just her piss-off factor.
Absolutely. Laura, where are we going next?
Due to the assault on justice, right? Because we all know justice matters.
Justice matters.
Glenn Kirshner.
Yes. Give him some cash.
Give him some cash. Give him whatever he needs to make sure that his network goes viral.
Yep.
I was going to put myself on the list a third time because I have had to start a whole new career doing this show, but I have already received an awful lot by way of compensation. Just look at you all. So I'm not really sure that I could claim that I'm out any. I think I'm up when it comes to my trauma.
You've claimed enough.
Yeah.
Your 3 applications, maybe the third one was a bit much.
Yeah. I don't want to be greedy.
All right, we got Hunter Biden.
That's not what it's about. Hunter. Oh, yes, Hunter.
Oh, again, not about giving Hunter Biden the money. It is about
pissing him off. We need to be in control of this fund, y'all. We need to be in control of this.
Senor Kilma Abrego Garcia.
And we're going to give some to Pam Williamson.
Okay.
Who?
Pam. Yeah.
She's, yep.
Pamela. I don't want to call you Pam unless you're an actual Pam, because you might be a Pammy or a...
Pamela. It is Pamela. Sorry, I have lights on.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia. Sorry, I don't roll my R's because I'm in the South.
Yep.
Mama?
All Epstein victims exposed by the slapdash Department of Justice's appalling attempts at redactions.
They get double funded, motherfuckers.
Give those ladies some cash.
All right. The Venezuelan relatives of the murdered fishermen.
Oh, yes, absolutely. E. Jean Carroll, yes, Chris.
Oh, yeah. I think The Rock and Michelle need to go on the list too. I mean, that ape thing was pretty freaking awesome.
Ooh, hell yes. Good. I'm going to add, well, you add it, Mama.
It's not mine. It's Laura Tompkins. I apologize, Laura.
Oh, nicely done, Laura Tompkins.
Yeah, and Amy, our completely unpaid but very much loved administrator.
Are you taking notes, Amy?
Making a note of all the names in the chat. We've got ours, but we need all the extra ones.
We've got Iranian parents of the murdered schoolgirls.
Oh, yes. Yes, at the very least.
Go.
All Haitians slandered by people thinking they eat cats and dogs.
Yep, agreed. Joy Reid's husband, he feels weaponized too, and he's applying.
Good. Go, Jason. NATO, the whole of NATO.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Yes, all of NATO. Greenland.
Canada.
Canada. The UK, baby.
Oh, yes.
He's been very mean about Keir Starmer.
Any country Trump removed NATO troops from.
Poland, Germany. Get your applications in. Tish James, absolutely.
Maduro for being called a dictator by a bigger dictator.
And being abducted in the middle of the night. That deserves a few quid.
Yeah, that too.
Maduro.
Right? What else?
I don't see his name on the list.
Yeah.
Who?
Maduro?
No. The prosecutor that did all of the work to get Trump's case before the courts, right before it was
Jack Smith.
Oh,
Jack, have a few quid. Joy mentioned him.
Honestly. Yes, Amy, put Jack down. Jack, yeah.
Watch the Joy Reid show from yesterday, because they had some absolutely brilliantly MAGA infuriating examples, and I was so here for it. Laura's got my favorite one.
Who?
Look.
Yes.
Laura Tompkins.
Yes.
What'd she say? Oh, yes.
And Rebecca.
Yep. Mama added Zelensky last night.
Absolutely, girls. Yes.
Okay.
Jack, yes.
Well, you guys have that down right. That is exactly.
L to the yes. Jack Smith, Zelensky. Oh, yeah. Oh, Canada.
Machado for being forced to give up her Nobel Peace Prize. And while we're at it, the whole Nobel Committee and the whole of Norway.
Agreed.
Anyone else?
Yeah, we have the whole of Africa in here.
We got the Nobel Committee, right? Okay, here's one for you. Pope Leo.
Pope Leo. Appallingly slandered. Give that man some defamation cash.
Yeah, and they tried to teach him how to Preach.
Oh,
Vance did.
Betsy.
You want to hear
Betsy's,
what I said about that when we wrote that one?
yeah, Betsy, the families of all Ukrainian and Palestinian people killed since you know who started squatting in the White House. Yes, absolutely, 1,000 times yes. Oh, Laurie wants to give some to Carney. Oh, and Gordon.
Yeah, hell yeah. Honey, we're giving away free money.
Do you think it's coincidental that Laurie and Gordon are displaying those particular flags in their I'm just observing what I'm seeing. But okay, yes, come on, Carney.
It's coincidence.
Oh, what about the Prime Minister of Japan for the Hiroshima joke?
Oh, hell yes.
Yes.
Yes, for the Pearl Harbor remark.
Oh, yes, sorry, it wasn't Hiroshima. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mama.
Every country that has suffered because of the withdrawal of USAID.
Boom. MAGA podcast grifters.
Yes, it must be very hard for them that
To learn they're wrong.
It's very
Tucker
difficult.
and I mean
they have to be traumatized to learn they're so wrong. Did you see Tucker
MAGA
Carlson?
bros? Yeah.
I've been dealing with this for a long time.
Yeah, Tucker was a sucker.
Boo fucking who, motherfucker.
I don't know if you can hear. I don't know if you can hear that. That's the
that little violin.
Yeah.
Little tiny violin.
Do people see why I carry red lights with me all the time?
Betsy, yes, 1,000% yes, and Joy made like you need to make a case for it.
I've got one more I added to the list. Ready?
Okay.
Do we all know who Joyce Vance is?
Yes.
Joyce Vance. She's actually here in Alabama. She was the former prosecutor, I think in DC, if I'm not mistaken. She was talking about how she gave up, her knitting yarn business because she did not want any impropriety that somebody might have bought an $18 skein of yarn from her. She gave that up when she started working for the federal government.
I got to do one, and
she needs money back for having given up her yarn business.
Before you do, can I just add some points of order? Yes, Glenn, not due, so we've got you for the whole night. So don't anybody be going anywhere because you've got no excuses.
We'll hunt
Stay
you down.
where you damn well are.
We'll hunt you down.
Secondly, yes, I kind of didn't finish the point on the all Americans of color who have suffered and never been even considered for reparations. Joy Reid makes the case beautifully, not that there's any case that needs making. Amen. All of
Amen, sister.
All the way.
And let's give all the
I have to add to this.
Let's give all the black voters in the South extra money. They get.
I'm here for that.
I'm going to get really, really serious, and this is really serious.
Okay.
Every single Epstein survivor, and double for anyone that the Department of Justice named on purpose.
We did that.
Cause them harm on purpose.
We did that.
I only covered the ones who the Department of Justice named, but
every single one.
Every single one of them.
Because the DOJ has ignored them as a group for how many years and years and years?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Who is Andrew Weissman? I don't know who that is.
He is an attorney. He's written a book called Liar's Kingdom. I just got it. I think it came out yesterday, maybe today. About I lost my train of thought. Anybody know?
Yeah, Anne says he is a lawyer.
He is a lawyer, but about his Liar's Kingdom, I think it's essentially
all black and brown folks.
Get the damn book, okay? Just get the damn book.
We'll get the damn book. And so that was just us giving our thoughts and feelings and a little bit of humor, but an awful lot of seriousness too, as to who should really be getting this money. And I want you all to take the Joy Reid advice, follow the strategy. if enough of you apply, you will keep them so bogged down in applications, they won't be able to pay a single penny out. And to help you, the awesome Joy Reid and her team are setting, according to yesterday's episode, they will be setting up a website with instructions on how you qualify, how to apply.
Ooh,
Native
Amy.
Americans. Oh,
Yes, Amy.
Yes.
Rock and roll. You scored, girl.
Oh, yes, absolutely. First Nations people should be First Nations in the
Hell
spirit.
yeah.
Damn straight. Anyway, yes, overwhelm the bastards, and Joy Reid is going to help you do it. I say you because I am guessing there's going to be a stipulation that says people who live in England and are British and basically just do this for fun haven't been harmed. You'd be wrong, but I take your point. There's got to be rules.
Rebecca, yes, disabled vets that they shit on every day.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. That they're taking all their benefits from them. Yeah, hell, and closing their VA hospitals.
Can I just ask, is Him
Chris nailed it.
talking?
Chris nailed it. Look.
I know, I'll get there. But I just is Him shorthand for Jim Acosta? Because yeah, he can have some money too. Oh, and Don Lemon and Georgia Fort. But I don't want to steal from Joy. Go and see Joy because she's got some great ideas of who needs this money.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's okay, Laura. We knew who you meant. And yes, absolutely. Transgender.
Good one, Chris.
You have been appallingly treated.
Very good one. All the people imprisoned in the concentration camps.
No, we didn't.
The detainees and the guys that got shipped to El Salvador.
Absolutely.
Hear
In
my
fact,
thoughts.
we'll make it easy. You can just take a pile of cash to one of these concentration camps, and as you let each one out, you can give them some reparations to start a new life. How's that?
And you can let them run the camps for all of the criminals that are in the White House regime right now.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
There's a little tiny bit of justice.
yeah, I like it.
Oh, yeah.
I like
That is a
If it's okay,
cherry
if it's
on
okay
top.
for them, it's okay for them.
Right? Exactly right.
Yeah, Betsy.
Yes.
Yeah, all
Good
the
one,
families
Betsy.
who've lost loved ones. Absolutely.
And all the families, right? Yeah. Yeah. We are on it, kids.
We
We're
had
on it,
so much to cover, ladies and gentlemen, and we were conscious of not wanting to run into Glenn's time. So we had caveats, we had shortened versions, we had all sorts of things we could do with the script so that we could, like a concertina, that's what our scripts are like. You can, like an accordion, you can stretch it out and squeeze it back up again, and it still plays a beautiful tune. I think you'll all agree. See what I did there? You see what I did there?
I did.
Yeah,
That was cute.
Not just this. There's stuff going on in there.
Yeah, right. There's some serious stuff up here.
But you know what? I have to say one more thing, Mama.
Yes.
All right. It's not just this. It's this, but it's also this.
Mm-hmm. For sure. That's the biggest part.
It is. This actually guides all of that.
Oh,
Yes, they are,
yeah.
Gordon. They're scrolling. If they're not scrolling for you, you may have to jump out and come back in, and they will again.
Anyway, we didn't even have time to cover the Trump incorporated insider trading. We did not have time to go into the latest on again, off again, Iran incursion, excursion, flipping, whatever the hell that is, because there are genuinely not enough hours in the day. And most of it's bollocks. Most of it is Bannon-esque shit to flood the zone with.
Yeah.
But we still have to keep talking. And I'm very glad that we've kind of mentioned a few of these subjects in our little riff there. And also, aren't there still some Epstein files we need to take a look at?
Mm-hmm.
Just asking. But we don't have time for all of that. Oh, sorry, Gordon.
Oops.
We're saying really, really funny, hilarious things, and unfortunately, so are the people in the comments. So you know,
Gordon, jump out and come back in, hon, and then you'll see the comments again.
Yeah.
You might not, but you know, it'll
But
give
you
you something
will.
to do and you'll feel a little bit less impotent while you're doing it. I always think doing something feels better, even if it's pointless. Yeah,
Yeah,
turn it off and turn it back on again. That
right.
usually works.
Reboot. Hell, reboot it.
So I know you're all waiting for the pièce de résistance of the mamas meeting, and we all know what it is. What is it, everyone? What is it? What is it?
Mount
It
Mount Mama.
Mount Mama. It's Mount Mama time, folks. Don't forget at any time during the week. Hey, Gordon, any
Yay,
time
Gordon's back.
during the week, you can send any one of us your nominees for inclusion in Mount Mama, the naughty step of naughty steps, the timeout of tyrants. This is the place to keep us all safe from them. All right. So if you want to nominate anybody for Mount Mama going forward, just let us know who and why this week in particular. And don't worry if they've already been in, because some of them are turning out to be regular visitors.
Yeah, I think some have not even ever come out.
May I please add one little caveat for the lawyers? For our new mamacitas, the rest of you already know this, but just a reminder, Mount Mama is a completely fictional and non-violent. This, I know, looks can be deceiving, but this is not an actual real volcano. No, not a, look,
Not
see?
the real thing. Nope, no
Not
lava.
an actual volcano. And
not even true.
No lava.
the people we are putting in are merely
Put
inspiration.
you in there, Tamara. Why would we put you in there, honey?
I'm not putting you in the
We
Mount
wouldn't
Mama.
put you in there.
No, it's only vermin and villains. Look, see, I
Have
have
you
a
been a
box.
bad girl?
Can you see that? It says volcano villains. Don't worry about the nick assist. It's better than smoking.
Right.
Yes, so we have our volcano villains. And this week, don't forget, these are just the inspiration. These are people that we're putting in the naughty step, on the naughty step, in the corner, in timeout for everyone's safety. They are perfectly able to come back out when they start behaving themselves. Nobody has yet, but it's a possibility. In fact, some people are going in every fucking week, but we have quite a collection of nominees for the volcano this week. Are you all ready? I hear yes.
Yes.
So
Hey,
who
can
wants?
Wait, can I say one thing?
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if y'all saw earlier in the chat where Pamela said we just invaded Cuba.
Yes.
Oh God.
Did y'all know that?
No.
So I think we need to add one more, as she suggests, to our volcano tonight, and we may not have a caricature, we might, of Rubio for invading Cuba.
I don't think we've put little Marco in before, have we?
Yeah, I think we
Kind
have.
of early on, yeah.
Can't imagine we haven't, but
He had very big shoes though, so he had a hard time fitting in.
right.
Talk amongst yourselves. We put a lot of people in Mount Mama.
Let's see. So who have we got this week, Mama?
I can't find him. I've lost him. So just imagine Marco's in.
Yeah. Little Marco just got dumped in.
Tomorrow, you will not want to be in here when you see who's going in there. You
No,
will
you
not
will
want
not.
Unless you're armed, girl. Unless you're armed.
Who's going
Right.
first?
Huh?
Who's going first?
Okay, we've got number one, and this was Mama's choice. Laura Loomer, not Loomer, not Loomer, something like that.
Laura Loomer, not Loomer.
Right, that's it.
For her absolutely despicable, disgusting, and appallingly racist comments in the light of the awful tragedy in San Diego. Ms. Loomer, I don't see you coming out anytime soon.
Bye-bye. Yeah, bye-bye.
You know what you have to do. Next, please.
Number two, we've got Jeff Landry.
That would be Governor Jeff Child Snatcher.
Yes.
Yes, he likes to put red hats on children who are unsuspecting, offering them cookies to take MAGA pictures.
Oh my
That
God.
think people think what? That they want to give up their country for a cookie? Like, geez,
And a hat?
It's just creepy. Until you can stop
Creepy.
being creepy,
That hat.
in
That's
you
creepy.
go.
Alexa, cancel.
Whoa.
Quit
let's
snooping.
get spooked. Did I say something weird or are
Alexa, cancel. Bitch. My friend,
Don't tell me that they're not watching you.
Girl, green light on your ass.
They're not watching you.
Okay, that's scary.
Sorry.
Next, please. Do we have one from Summer?
Let's see. That was. I'm not sure whose is whose anymore.
Listen, I'm going to go with number 3 because I happen to agree with it. How about we go with the NRA people? Charlton Heston?
Completely agree.
I've renamed them slightly. I think that's what the NRA
The
stands
National
for.
Yes, I think that's who that is.
As in the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Because it will be all thoughts and prayers, and there will be absolutely no gun reform whatsoever, despite innocent human beings being dead.
No consciences permitted.
In you go. Damn. Charlton's already dead, so he won't mind.
Nah, he won't feel a thing. Next,
we
we've got, okay, this is a good one. I love it. Jared Polis, the governor of Colorado, who freed, yes, dumbass.
I may have
being spineless.
I may have taken liberties with his name also. Governor Jared Spineless, freer of election fixer,
interferer. Yes. Bye-bye. You deserve every hot minute you spend.
He didn't want to go. Did you see that? He was fighting it. Yeah, now you show some fight, Polis. Yeah, shame you didn't do that a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the Democratic Party censored Polis. Okay, next week, again, who do you think's in here this time? Todd Blanche. Todd Blanche for signing the big ugly thug fund. He alone signed that settlement.
Absolutely, Todd.
Bye-bye.
Step again.
I think he's making it every week so far since we first.
People who know better do this.
Yeah.
They deserve to be there.
We will have to do an awards at the end of the year for like most visits.
Welcome back, Neuro. Okay, and then
we're still here, Neuro.
The president of the United States to receive his. We know he's number 1.
We have one final entry to the naughty step of news.
This is I'm just going to call it the 1776 billion anti-weaponization fund and all associated flunkies. The whole damn bunch of them get tossed in the volcano this week. Bye-bye. In you go.
Bye-bye.
Enjoy the weather.
Well, good. I'm glad that they're all safely out of harm's way. And by harm's way, I mean the harm they can do to us. Now we've got this silliness out of the way. Can I encourage you all in just for a moment? Just for a little moment. That was a hell of a show. Thank you so much to everyone who participated.
And for hanging in.
Before we finish, I would like to do a few of the housekeeping reminders. Do the subscribe, do the likes, do the hearts, share, repost, all the stuff if you've enjoyed it. If you particularly thought tonight was a great episode, please tell a friend. If you hated every second of it, you're a little bit weird for still being here, but that's fine. We don't judge. Tell an enemy. We get the viewers and you get the satisfaction. So we're not proud. But today, this is the point where we normally invite anybody not of a religious or spiritual persuasion to go with our love and our thanks. But we have something for you all tonight. and we would like you to stay with us just for a couple more minutes where we would like to share a poem with you, if you would be so kind. And tonight we've chosen, and when by we, I mean Laura, have chosen, because she dumped my choice, but that's how it works in a democracy, people. Yes, I know. Sorry, Americans, you may have a vague memory of what democracy is like, but you know, there's hope. We can get back to it.
Not a clue.
This is absolutely a democracy, and we'd like to close with a poem by the awesome, wonderful legend that is Maya Angelou. Human Family, which was written in 1990. If you can all just take a moment, take a deep breath, let all the worries and stresses go, and just sit with us for 90 seconds. We will begin. I note the obvious differences in the human family. Some of us are serious, some thrive on comedy.
Some declare their lives are lived as true profundity, and others claim they really live in the real reality.
The variety of our skin tones can confuse, bemuse, delight, brown and pink, and beige and purple, tan and blue and white.
I've sailed upon the 7 seas and stopped in every land. I've seen the wonders of the world, yet not one common man.
I know 10,000 women called Jane and Mary Jane, but I've not seen any two who really were the same.
Mirror twins are different, although their features jibe, and lovers think quite different thoughts when lying side by side.
We love and lose in China. We weep on England's moors. We laugh and moan in Guinea and thrive on Spanish shores.
We seek success in Finland, are born and die in Maine. In minor ways we differ, in major we're the same.
I note the obvious differences between each sort and type, but we are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike.
We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike.
We are more alike, my friends, than we are unalike. Thank you.
She was so wise.
Thank you for all of you who stayed with us.
Thank you.
That's from us with love to you. Thank you, ladies, for making that so special. Yeah, and thank you for all your contributions in the chat. Thank you to our wonderful senior US correspondent, Laura. And thank you, as always, for your energy, your receipts, your willingness to even navigate an Alabama ballot box. We appreciate you. And to our Canada Bureau Chief, Summer, thank you for being our northern light, our shining star, for your extraordinary analysis, for keeping us honest on everything happening your side of the border. We are so much better for having you in the cafe. But I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, you know it's that time. We'll be back next week. I will be back on Monday on my own. Until then, this has been Laura and Summer. I have been Mama. And I'm afraid for tonight, the cafe is now closed.
Thank you, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.